tell us about the Kenya Airlift program, how it comes about, the benefits, and who stands to benefit in these opportunities before we close.
Yeah, so when I got into this tech space, so I realized there was not really many people of my background who are in the space. And this is a space that actually had money. Niliingia hiyo space bana, nikarealize kumbe kuna kwa na pesa.
2012. So mtu anasema you guys got the first mover advantage. Yeah, mulichangamkia kwanza. Ni kama kweli business. I doubt if the opportunity still exists for people today.
Yeah, they do. The US economy is huge, man. It's the biggest economy in the world. So there's a lot of opportunities like those, huh?
So people still can have a chance ya kwenda huko legally.
Na transition na upata kazi.
Na utengeneze do.
Yeah. So mimi your job, I was making the first job, I was making close to like maybe 800 around there. Then by 800, the time I was 800
for context. Yeah. Kenyan money.
Yeah. So
in 2012
from making that 5K to graduating on the other side, and 6 months later, I'm making around 800,000.
At 5, si tumesema you did not work as a teller.
Yeah, I did not work as a teller. That is, but
35K ilikuwa ya nini kwanza?
35K ya huku ni ya teller nikiwa hapa ndio nilikuwa nataka kupea.
Sawa. So when you go there, you get a gig ya 800K.
Yeah, after graduating. So after graduate hapa from Strath, job yangu napata that 5K. After graduate America, 6 months later, napata job na around 800,000.
Lifestyle?
Well, good. Because actually, not
one bedroom ni 250,000.
Apana. Not that bad actually. Because with that money, nilijengea, nakumbuka nilikwambia, I told you like I grew up with my grandparents.
Yes.
So my first salary, I started building for them, very nice home, bought land. You know, you had the typical...
yes. You had disposable income.
Buying land and all those things.
You had disposable income
out of the 800, yes. Yeah. Because apartment then, I used to pay like around $1,000.
So you have like 700 more.
Yeah, so I used to be left with like around 500.
Clean,
yeah.
Net.
Net, and I'm single, no family, nothing. As a systems analyst. 800,000. 6 months after graduating.
Okay.
After graduating from this side, I was making that 5,000. And with this 800...
And this is a course you did for like 6 months?
6-7 months, yes. Skills, man. Skills, bro.
And skills. Those opportunities are still there?
They're always there, man. There's always there. They're always there. You just need to know what you want. That's why I always tell people.
How can people access them?
Well, I don't know, man. Just do research. You know, like for example, if you want to get into tech, there's a lot of, what do you call them? Like boot camps all over the place. You can do those ones, get the skills, get to know how to do these things, and you're going to get a gig.
Tech.
Yeah.
Minus the concept of you having to, you can't stay outside the US for more than 6 months.
Yes.
If you were to work in Kenya, because these are jobs you can do remotely, right?
Yes.
Do you still have the range to earn that much?
Yes.
You're in Kenya, you're working for a company in the US, you can make that much.
Yes.
800.
Yes. More. By the time I left before I started the Kenya Airlift program, I worked in the tech space for about 5 years. By the time I left that job, I was making 1.5 million. And I was just a normal guy. I was never like a manager. I never managed anybody before I started my own company.
So na tuanze na, ile degree yote ulifanya MBA nini, useless.
Yes, to some extent, yeah. Yeah.
But as a systems analyst, unafika mahali.
Yeah.
Please get us into this mindset of quitting a job that earns more than the president.
I'm telling you, by the way.
Officially.
You see, bro, if you are an entrepreneur, you live in a job.
Where does this entrepreneurship bug bite you?
You see me.
Because you've been an employee from 35.
I've been an employee throughout. So me, when I got into that space, I started, because like I told you, I started seeing, like I could see like there's money here. Not many people, in my, like from my background are into this space. No, too. Most of the people that I used to work with are usually Asians, Indians, Chinese, and Americans. No Kenyans, no Africans, nobody. So I was like, I'm making this good money. I'm living very well. I'm single man. I'm making all this money.
Hii
I'm
single umesisitiza, but
like,
carry on.
because you see now, when you have a family, the expenses balloons. Bro, when you have a wife, you have kids, even this 500 could be,
So the secret to poverty is family.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I think
Mpaka hapa kwa 1.5 million uko single bado.
Bado niko single.
Okay.
Yeah, bado niko single. In fact, actually, I got well, when you say single, like I don't have a family. Let's put it that way. Like I'm not married. I don't have any family.
When mkora tu a town.
Mimi tu as in tu ni ile as in,
Okay.
Yeah, as in,
unaelewa as in nini but
yeah. So see ati niko single as in, you understand?
But uko single as per papers.
Yes, like if I, for example, my tax returns, I will file as single because I'm not married. I don't have
haujaregister mama wako na serikali.
Yes, yeah. That's really what I mean, single. Yeah, but otherwise, so I left the job. No. You had asked something like, why would somebody really leave like 1.5?
Yes.
That kind of a job. And for me, I think
1.5 million Kenya shillings per month. Yes.
Yeah, per month. So,
and you're not extravagant ati nini unaharibu pesa.
No.
So going by your mathematics, you are someone who would be earning 1 million shillings, 1.5 million shillings, na unabaki nata 1 million.
Yeah, I was almost 1 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a monthly basis. So I got into this space and like, I can actually start my own thing. Rather than making this 1.5, if I start my own business, I can make more. There's, when you're in business, there's endless possibilities.
I'm interested. Okay. Of course, I know the entrepreneurship mindset.
Yes.
You earn 1.5 million shillings every month. Yeah. You probably have disposable income of 1 million shillings every month.
Yes.
It's enough for you to be comfortable.
Yes, very comfortable.
Hii ingine mingi unatafuta ya nini?
Kwanza, in fact, actually, I always say, like, if you make like that kind of money, it's very easy to be very comfortable. Like, you can't think of anything else. You have a very nice home. You are basically living the American dream. You have a very nice car, very nice home. You don't need anything. But we see also, it depends with the mindset of the person. So we are not all the same. Mostly entrepreneurs, that are people who take risks. For me, in as much as, yes, I was making this amount of money, I was still wanted to do something that can propel me to the next level. So I was not very satisfied with 1.5. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So I started.
Are you loaded up for the uncertainty of self-employment?
Well, here's the thing. I knew for a fact, even if the business doesn't work out, I had the skills.
You still go back.
And actually, at some point, kukaharibika kidogo.
Ukarudi.
Nikatafuta kazi na Deloitte.
Na ukapata.
Remote. Nafanyia kazi nyumbani and I'm still running my business. My business it's not making anything.
And they're not tracking you to know whether you are unemployed. This pre-qualification standard to get a visa, what do we call it? A visa is not pegged on it's just pegged on you getting the job. It's not you sustaining it. Because you could get a job and then iishe.
Very good question, actually. So that visa that I got initially, that H-1B visa that I talked about after school, that visa is valid for about 6 years. But within those 6 years, if you want to stay longer in the US, then the same company needs now to file for you your green card, your permanent residency within those 6 years.
Okay.
So what I did, I was on that visa for about 3 years. Then after that, because I had worked for the company for about 3 years, then now they filed for my green card. So I left the job after kupata two, because the other visa, you cannot work for more than one company. You can only work for the company that filed for you. But if you have a green card, you are free. I can work for 10 companies if I want. And the good with tech skills, you can take jobs remotely. You can have even 3 clients you're servicing. Okay, so when I got that green card, that's when I was like, you know what? I cannot, because also this other visa before the green card, I can't also start my own business because you are supposed to maintain one employer at any given time. Because otherwise, I would have started like long time ago. Like I started these things.
Yes.
So what I did once I got that green card, I was like, well, you know what? I can just leave the job, but I had the security of the skills that I had. The skills have not deserted me just because I've started the business. No, the skills are still there.
You are watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, presented to you by the International Scholars Program. The International Scholars Program is an award-winning international education financing scheme that helps bright students to pursue graduate studies abroad regardless of their financial background. You can find our programs by going to www.internationalscholarsprogram.com. The International Scholars Program, empowering dreams.
What is this business?
So I started a tech consulting company. So basically, I started training people to do what I was trained to do. You understand?
Yes.
So whatever I learned in those 5 years, I was like, I can replicate it.
Who are you
through my own
training?
company.
People in America?
People in America.
Okay.
People in
Kenyans who are
America.
looking for jobs.
Immigrants. Not necessarily
Immigrants.
Kenyans, but immigrants.
Okay.
Africa, Nigerians, whatever,
Yes,
all that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, I can do the same thing. I got trained. There's so many of them who are looking for these opportunities. I can train them.
Yes.
So I started my company, training. So started the company, doing very well initially.
You start as in by going in, you make the money. You make more money than you are making.
So when I started, even from the first month, I was actually making as much as what I was making working.
In the first month?
Yes.
Okay.
From the moment I opened that business, I was making at least what I was making when I was working, which gave me the morale. But as they say, when you get into business, you'll never know what can happen. You know, shit happens, man. So a few months down the line, I started seeing something. The people that were coming to the training, they were not like the caliber of the student that I wanted.
Caliber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you see also, you want the best, the talent that you
I
want
understand.
you want like a really good talent so that you can train them and maybe even they're able to get jobs.
Okay.
You don't want to, because these skills that I trained on and these whatever you are doing, these are very complex skills to train people on. It's not just for anybody out there.
There are certain levels of capabilities you're looking for.
Yes.
I get
so
you.
not just because maybe you have a whatever, it's not necessarily that you can really do it. Like it's one of those things that you have to be really good. So I started seeing that I was having a problem in terms of getting the talent that I really wanted.
Yes.
So naturally, what do you do if you have a business? You start looking for solutions. This is a problem that has come. I've left my job. I don't have any other job. It's this business, and I'm not finding the right talent. What do I do? Start thinking. How do I find this talent? Like that's my initial mind that came to me. Like, how do I find this talent? I'm thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know what? Maybe back home. You know, that was the idea, back home. But now, the problem was how, right? So I want people to get into the tech space or whatever, that space where there's good opportunities, but then how? Yes, you can get them back home, like how though? So one night, like in the middle of the night, I woke up with all the answers out of nowhere. Oh, I can do this. I can bring them as students. I can come up with with something for. I came to the US as a student. There's a lot of challenges through that process in terms of finances, schools, all those things. Why can't I come up with something that can bring brilliant talent in terms of students to the US? In the middle of the night, like 3 in the morning, I woke up, I went downstairs, started typing on my computer, like for like 3 hours. By 7 in the morning, I had this long handbook that explains about the Kenya Airlift program. I used to call it, and then I came up with the name also, International Scholars Program. That same morning. By that time I was already, I had a family now. By the time my wife, she woke up, she's like, Bob, what's going on? Like, you woke up so early in the morning. What have you been doing? I started telling her, like, there's this thing, there's this idea that, I think I can bring students to America. I can do this and this and this. And she's like, she thinks I'm crazy. But before that, I had also asked her to quit her job. She used to work as a nurse. Tulipatana, venye tulianza business tu hivi, after 2 months, hii business iko poa. Quit the job, let's do the business. She had quit the job.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And even when she was quitting the job, she was like, kind of like, this guy, kind of like, and I think also, entrepreneurship, you have to be kind of like crazy a little bit.
I know.
You understand what I'm saying? Eh? You have to be kind of crazy. Like, you can't really like reason just like everybody else, because otherwise, you're gonna stick somewhere and just stay at that very comfortable level. So me, I wrote this whole thing. By noon, I posted on Facebook that I have this international scholars program and I'm taking this and this kind of students and we can figure out the finances. We didn't have any finances, no partners, nothing. But also that morning, I started Googling, how can I find maybe banks that give money to students and all that. Remember, I'm just a small startup, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Then Google and all that. I did my research and I'm like, there's a way out. And that's how the program was born. So initially started as International Scholars Program in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So start off, then that year also, another thing that normally happens with that business, like you expect this thing to people like to like it.
Excited, yes.
Yeah, to be excited. But guess what? Actually, a lot of people used to think that program was too good to be true. Because how can you figure out where somebody will get 5 million? You understand? Like, there's nothing that had been done before. Yes, so it's new concept, everything. So I started like running ads on Facebook. People used to like report me on Facebook, bro. Like out of like 100 comments, 99 negative. These guys, scammer, whatever, all those things. Like there's nothing like this. 2018, we enrolled only 3 students.
The whole year?
The whole year. 3 students. 2019, we enrolled 12 students. 2020, COVID. Mpaka 2021. So, ilifika 2019, bro, things got so big. I started looking for work. I got my job when COVID hit. That's January of 2020. And that's the first time also our first student went to the US. Started the program in 2018. It took almost 2 years for the first student to go. There's so many things that I had to figure. Nothing was figured out. I was just believing, man, I could do it. So it took, no schools, nothing, no partner universities, nothing. But I was like, you know what, I can figure this out. I'll keep on going. By 2020, January, I started looking for work because I can't sustain my family. My wife, she left the job. We already have a kid. The business, umesikia sasa ni watu wangapi? So I looked for a job. I got a job as a systems analyst as well with Deloitte. Then the problem with Deloitte, you have to disclose. If you have another business, you have to disclose you have a business. And
That's
also Deloitte, yes, and then Deloitte also, they don't want you to be, remember I had a consulting business. Deloitte is a consulting company. They implement Deloitte, they implement project kama hizo zenye nilikuwa nafanya. So that's actually how I got the job with them.
Oh, so you can't continue with that business?
Yeah, so if you have to work for them, you can't continue the business. But mimi ni nani? Sikuambia.
They did not investigate you?
Investigate watajua aje.
So hii dunia watu wa kanisa hawana ukisema ufuate Biblia as a good Christian utaona moto.
I don't know whether that's the right way to say it. But,
No, as a good Christian, I'm saying that so that what was here, they can relate.
Yeah, because
Ama as a good Muslim.
Like, bro, I was in a fix. Why would I disclose that I have a business? At a business, I mean, it's not even making any money. I need a job. Nikasema hapana, sina kazi, sina anything.
You know why I'm interested
so part of the contract. Nasema no.
You know why I'm interested in that statement you just made? I'm a big fan of a concept I had that life where we are today is a combination of certain choices we made at certain points.
Yes.
So Deloitte really came through for you at a certain point in your life.
It did.
But had you disclosed that there's something else you're doing on the side, that would have been it for you.
That's it.
So your success...
Continue struggling. Even this other company that I'm trying to build, I can't build because I don't have the resources.
So sometimes you have to lie to succeed.
I think so.
Ow. So it's knowing when to lie. The problem.
Good lie, maybe. That can help you. I don't know whether there's a good lie or not, but yes. So that's what I did. But within 6 months, Deloitte, they figured it out. Because you see, I can't stop marketing my company. I'm all over the place. Facebook, everything, whatever, I'm all out there talking.
You got caught.
And they do their due diligence. They don't just accept you.
Yes.
Within 5 months, they figured it out. I got a call, got an email from the boss. We need a meeting with you, with the principal, I don't know who, whatever. Kajua hapa kimeisha, kimeumana. Anambia, do you have a business? Do you have a company? Kasema, yes, I do. Why didn't you disclose? I didn't want to. Because I needed the job. Kambia, you are fired without cause. As in, that kind of firing, you can't even if you are looking for another job and you've been fired without cause, bro, you can't even get another job. Like anywhere ni mnati, umefukuzwa tu kwa hiyo kampuni, you're not even employable.
You got a job for telling a lie and then they fired you for telling the truth.
for telling the truth.
It's a paradox.
I know, right?
Guy.
Yeah.
So, but at least for 6 months, you're set kidogo. You're not going from scratch.
Making almost the same as I used to make.
So you're going back to start your business from scratch.
Yeah, so I'm still doing the business. Nimefukuzwa. I've already saved a little bit of some money. I can be able to push myself. Your time, COVID. Also, when I got fired, I looked for another job also remotely, with one of the government agencies in the US called National Science Foundation. Okay, ikapata also remotely.
Remotely, they can employ you even you've been fired without cost.
So, what happened is this. For some reason, I don't know, maybe, vitu zingine ni God. For some reason, the report that, normally when an employer is, before they employ you, they do their due diligence, background check and stuff like that. There's nothing like that came.
Oh, they do. So Deloitte didn't set you up.
Yeah,
they could have if they wanted.
Yeah, nothing came up. So I got this other job. I continued with it, and that's actually the one that sustained me until the company now started, growing now.
You have been watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, brought to you by the International Scholars Program. Come back again next time to learn concepts, tools, strategies, and resources on the path of becoming a successful international student abroad through real-life experiences. Be sure to subscribe to the International Scholars Program on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn.